Hi, good day. I'm Olayinka Kende Emmanuel from University of the West of Scotland with banner ID B00733288. And of course, I'm here to make a personal presentation on planned events. But first and foremost, before I comment, what do we understand by an event? So an event is a planned social gathering or an occasion that is organized by any individual or a group of people to celebrate any particular happening. So now, in this presentation, we would be focusing on a music festival. So I'll be going into my introduction slide. So the introduction slide, the event organized is music festival. So as an experienced and self-motivated specialist, confirmed to ensuring that the organization I served attracts more customers and become more successful in the market. Also, an event has been proposed in this context to make our organization reach out to more customers. The event is a music festival where people from different cultures, different backgrounds will come together and showcase their various talents through singing and playing of different type of musical instruments. And according to VAN 2020, Divine Festival has events that featured a themed public celebration where people come together to share their experience. I'll be going to the next slide, which is the the mission statement, the aims, and the objective. Okay, the mission statement, the mission is to present organization as a trusted brand that resonates with customer. Also, the event aims to create awareness about the organization products, while the objective includes attracting more customers, improving sales, and of course, increasing revenue. So I'll be going into the next slide, which is the overview of the event concept. Overview of the event concept. Okay. From the event concept, it is important to cover bases and plan to succeed. The team will consider the 5 Ws of event management. So the goal of the event is to make the organization succeed in its mission. And the event is likely to succeed if the event management teams knows what to do and of course how to do it. So the event management teams has to understand the 5 Ws of an event to make the events run smoothly. Also, identifying the 5 Ws enables the team to have something for reference, should in case the team loses focus. So we would be focusing on the 5 Ws, and the first one we'll be looking at is who. We can go to the next slide. So who, this has to do with who are the targeted who are the targeted people. So the targeted audience are the youth. So the targeted audience are the youth who are likely to be attracted to such an event. So the youth will be required to participate in different activities relating to music, and they will also motivate other youth who are likely to develop interests in the company's products. They will likely to motivate other youths who are likely to be interested in the company's product, also who are likely to be interested in playing any kind of musical instrument, who are also likely develop interest in singing. So also we'll be looking at the next one, which is what. So what? So the organization has improved products and services. It plans to make more people attracted to improve products. Also, elements that need planning includes, so the element that needs planning, that needs to be planned includes where it will take place and the people that will be involved. and also the amount it requires for the event to be successful. Of course, the events need a month of planning and 3 days to conduct the event. So also the team has decided that the event need 3 days to get the message across to the public. So 3 days will be used in advertising the event. So moving on to the next slide, which is when. This is actually when the event is scheduled to take place. So the event is scheduled to take place in the first week of November, between 4th and 6th. So from November 4th to November 6th. And the selected dates are favorable since targeted population will be present. Also, the event is to take place over the weekend. The event is specifically fixed on a weekend so that people, most people will have time to attend the event. Moving on to the next slide, which is where and why. So, so where and why? Of course, the event is going to take place at Lagos State Stadium in Nigeria. So the attendees who come out of town will stay in guest rooms around the stadium. So the organization will ensure that the cost of rooms is subsidized so that attendees do not need to spend a lot of money on accommodation. Also, attendees who are not sure of the directions will also be required to use digital map to identify the venue, which means there are digital map available for people that are finding it difficult to locate the venue, the venue of the event. So digital map will be able to direct them to the venue. So the next slide is the market consideration. So the market consideration, of course, many people are required to register. So the team needs more people to register for the event. Hence, early bird discount will be offered to make people attracted by to buy the tickets to the event. Also, advertising the event through various social media, such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also WhatsApp broadcasting will also be done to bring more people on board and make them register for the event. Also, brochures will be distributed and used as a marketing tools for the event. On to the next slide, which is operational consideration. The organization will contract an event company. So the team has settled on June 5 events as the most trusted company that can help in executing duties relating to events. The event will also require the planning teams to have regular meetings to plan how the events will be carried out. Also, the operational managers to be in constant communications with stakeholders from June 5 events and hold regular meetings with them to ensure everything runs smoothly. So series of meetings has to be conducted, serious conversation has to be had for them to be able to come to agreement on how the event will take place and if the event will be successful. So moving on to the next, which is of course the financial consideration. The financial consideration, finances will be required to facilitate different activities. So money will be required to make the activities of the event to run smoothly. So the company has to engage stakeholders in planning the event and identifying the amount of money that will be required to carry out different operation related to the event. So the teams is aware that money will be required to book the venue, subsidize accommodation for some of the participants, and also reward the best participants, and also pay the company that will be required in managing the event. So all these things has to be put in place and be considered for us to achieve and to have a successful event. So the next slide is actually the reference. This is where all the materials used for the presentation is, gotten from. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for your time. I appreciate.